I was sitting on the mic. Sorry. She was dead. Dead? No, she can't be. She was just here. She was Reddit. What is your most disturbing, scary, or creepy real story? Bracket. Serious. Yikes. Yeah, that would creep me up too. One second, I have to close out these mirrors because I don't like the looks of them while I'm reading the stories. One second. Okay, guys. I think I'm in frame. And if I'm not, here's take 50,000 of me trying to read first Reddit that popped up. Okay, Reddit, what is your most disturbing, scary, or creepy real story? First, I'm not gonna name anybody. If you're watching this, all credits for your story to you. My mother told me this. Ugh, what is this enunciation? My mother told me this not too long ago, but it happened about 10 years ago. When my cousin was 17, 18 years old, she was in a car crash and had died a couple of weeks later in hospital. She was really close to my dad's sister, our aunt, and used to babysit her kids, who were no more older than 4 years old, all the time. Our aunt's house was under construction just before she passed away, and it continued on after she passed away. One day, my aunt got a phone call while she was at work from one of the construction workers complaining about a teenage girl who keeps showing up at the house and walking around, and that she shows up a number of times during the weeks, and it has been happening for a couple of weeks. My aunt asks for a description of the girl to see if she knows her from around the neighborhood. And sure enough, the description perfectly matches my cousin who died a few weeks before. Long brown hair, red baseball cap, denim dungarees, and a white jacket. When my aunt got home, she showed them a picture of my cousin, and that all agreed that it was the same girl they seen walking around the site. The story really freaked me out. Oh, it should. When I heard it, because our family was never one to believe in anything paranormal or have anything of the paranormal sort happen to them before. Yikes. Yeah, that would creep me up too. One second, I have to close out these mirrors because I don't like the looks of them while I'm reading the stories. One second. I was sitting on the mic, sorry. But here's the second story. Okay, this is not supernatural creepy, but is one of the more disturbing and surreal experiences of my life. One early morning, a few short years ago, I'm walking to my bus stop and eating a banana. It is dark, misty, around 5 a.m., and I'm internally debating something trivial, like if I want my daily Starbucks before or after the commute. Before if it's a long commute and you'll be hungry, and after if it's a short commute and you want to enjoy it when you walk from your bus to your office. Okay. As I approach the dimly lit corner on my street, a tall man in a black mask steps out of dark alleyway to my left. Sleepy and disoriented, I barely acknowledge him. When he shouts, "Put down your fucking purse," and points his gun to my head, things start to click. Um, Large man, dimly lit corner, mask. Okay, not not going to be rude in my first video, but the man says, "Put down your bags," and I tell him, "Okay, okay, I'm putting them down over here." He orders me to walk over to him towards the alley and get down on the fucking ground. And I agree. I'm coming. Okay, okay. My heart is beating a million miles a minute, and my hand still smells sticky with banana. I know I need to get away. I don't know why, but my mouth won't stop working. Look, see, I'm on the ground, my stuff is over here. Please just take my stuff. But he doesn't like it. Shut the up. Okay? He gets on top of me and puts the gun to my head. You really need to do what he was saying. Like, I don't know. I'm scared for you. Um, At this point, I should mention the fact that I'm on my way to coach a high school practice and I'm dressed like a dude. Huge baggy pants, hat, jacket. Wait, is this a girl? Is this a girl? I'm gonna. Sorry, I'll take everything I said to you back. I'm gonna take it back. Um, if not for my telltale voice, I'd look like a pre-pubescent 90s rap star. Anyway, as a guy gets on top of me, gun to my head, he looks at me and pauses. I can't tell you why I know this, but I swear at that moment it clicks for him that I'm a woman. Gets off of me, stands up, and points to the dark alley. Come with me. My stomach hurts. I remember that there have been a recent rash of sexual assaults in my neighborhood during the day time known as. When the man points down that dirty alleyway, my internal voice speaks the fuck up. Says, voice number one, there was no way in hell you are going down there without a fight with you. But he has a gun, you dipshit. Shit. I take that. I'll take the L. Replies voice number two. Fucking follow me. The real voice, his voice, hollers. So I do, and what I do best, I talk. I'm coming, I'm following you, I call. And the man makes a crucial mistake. He believes me. I take one, two, tiny steps backwards towards the skywalk. Smart girl. And he turns his body and his gun toward the alley. This is my moment. I take a deep breath, tuck my head down in case he starts shooting, and I start sprinting away. I hear a voice screaming in high pitch. Well, before I realize it's mine, after running 6 or 7 blocks, I head back to my apartment, hoping he's not there to see where I live. The police check out the alleyway an hour later, but the potential attacker is long gone. The only evidence of this encounter is my banana peel browning in the alleyway and the adrenaline rush that I couldn't shake for days. I would be lying if I said that it wasn't sorry, that if that experience doesn't bother me still. But I'm so fortunate to merely be haunted by the what ifs and not the what ifs. I feel so bad. And I feel so bad for all of the people who might have faced this. Okay, I found a long story and it's edited. So here it goes. Let me just get cozy for this. Ouch. Okay, this is 100% true. I'm 23 now, and this happened about 10 years ago, so I was probably 13 or 14. Anyway, I used to skateboard all the time with my friends Tim and Brandon. One day we got done skating and we decided to go to 7-Eleven to get some food drinks before we went home. Remember, I was only 13, 14, so we weren't driving. We were skating and we had skated to the 7-Eleven and were planning on skating walking back home. Anyway, we buy our drinks and we left the store. We walked the parking lot's exit and prepared to cross the highway. It's not a bust highway, but sorry, it's not a busy highway, but it's a small town. While we waited for the traffic light to turn red so that we could cross, I looked behind me at the 7-Eleven gas pumps. I noticed a 40, 50 years old man pumping gas into his white truck. He stared at me and before I knew it, he dropped the gas pump and jumped into his truck. He slammed on the gas and sped straight to my friend and I. He missed us, but he grazed my arm, knocked my skateboard out of my hand. My friend banned his him. What the fuck, you dick? As a man peeled out and sped into parking lot next to 7-Eleven. I swear to God, he drove through a ditch, which was between 7-Eleven's parking lot and parking lot he was in, and tried to run us over again. This is where it got bad. The three of us started running at full speed across the highway and toward the local library, which is like 2-3 blocks from 7-Eleven. When we were about half a block away, I looked back and saw the maniac speeding towards us full of rage. Brandon and Tim ran up to the library doors, and I ran towards the woods. It was Sunday, so I knew the library was closed, and there was a trail in the woods which led to my backyard. Woods, I don't know. Okay, let's keep reading. Meanwhile, this maniac peeled into the parking lot and hopped out of his truck. I looked behind me before escaping into the woods and saw him grab either a shotgun or a crowbar. I was pretty far away at this point and I was freaking out of my vision. Wasn't great. From the bed of his truck, oh, so he took the shotgun out from the bed of his truck. I ran all the way home. When I got to my street, my neighbor, Tim's dad, told me to get in his car because we had to go to the video store, which is where Tim's mom worked. When I got there, I found Tim and Brandon. They ran to the video store after realizing that the library was closed, and three cops were there. A minute later, my mom came in, crying her eyes out because Brandon and Tim told her they didn't know if I lived or not. Everyone had thought that I was captured. Tim told me that he saw the guy running after me into the woods, which is scary because I thought the maniac was chasing them, not me. Anyway, he was never caught, and I spent the next 5 years worrying about every white duck I saw. Edit. I forgot the most scary part. My town is small, but it's not empty. There was plenty of people around while this was going on. I felt so hopeless running from my life while there was at least 100 people around, not doing a thing about it. Also, to be clear, we didn't provoke this man at all. He tried to hit us for no reason, and that's creepy. Brandon called him a dick, but that was after he tried to run us over. We were good kids trying to walk home, and we almost died, seriously got hurt because of it. Also, bus drive is equal to busy highway. Yeah, we got that part. But that's that's fucked up. Like, I know there's people with mental issues and whatever, but unprovoked, even if it was provoked, nobody has a right to go about doing this. And this is really sad, really bad that it happened to you. Also, if even if you guys were bad kids, like nobody still has the right to do this. We have rules and things for this sort of situation. Like nobody should be trying to run people over, especially kids with skateboards. Okay, I think this one might be a little scary, so this is going to be the fourth and the last one. My mother told me the story. Keep in mind, my mother is a staunch Christian and does not believe in ghosts or anything of that matter. But she believes this as she was there and has no idea what to think of it. My mother's grandmother, Florence, suffered from dementia in her old years, so badly that when her dog Fluffy died, she had it cremated and placed the ashes on the mantle. Oh. When my mother came to visit her grandmother, she would make mom say hi to Fluff by shaking the urn of ashes. Yeah, great grandmom was nuts. Well, my mother's Aunt Lucy, daughter of Florence, died suddenly. When she died, her siblings decided to not tell her, Florence, about the death until after the funeral due to her already fragile mental state. They handled the funeral arrangements and everything, even bought a new dress for Lucy to be buried in. The day after the funeral, they came and told her that Lucy had died. Before they had a chance to explain, Grandma Florence asked them for help. Lucy had come by yesterday and was upset. Grandma Florence told them that Lucy kept saying, "They're looking at me. I don't like them looking at me. I told you I didn't want them looking at me." See, Aunt Lucy's funeral had an open cascade. Apparently Aunt Lucy had previously said that she didn't like open caskets and didn't want one for herself, just in case. They were obviously shaken up to hear this impossibility and tried to reason with Grandma Florence and explain this wasn't possible as Lucy was dead. Dead? No, she can't be. She was just here. She was wearing the artist dress, though. I've never seen it before. Grandma Florence then went on to explain the funeral dress that she had never seen in person in perfect detail. Yeah, I feel like when there's somebody with diseases like dementia or Alzheimer's, because they've already sort of crossed over in a way, or I don't know if they're not fully there, not fully conscious, they're not in control of these like thoughts. I can see how somebody might try to connect from the other side with the person like that. And I've seen things like that in movies too, so I don't know, it sort of makes sense to me. Okay, I think this one is a non believer but who believes in the story. So I posted this on another thread a few weeks ago. Let's see. About a month ago, I went over to my girlfriend's house, except I felt really uneasy when I went into the living room. Turns out, they replaced a china cabinet with one of her grandmother's who passed away a few months back. Her grandmother was bedridden in the hospital, and I've never gotten to meet her. I felt uneasy the whole time. Being around her grandmother's furniture made me so anxious and almost sad. When I told her, she said it was probably nothing. She went to the bathroom. When I went over to the cabinet, it was about 6 feet tall. Dark wood, it had two doors on the side and glass up front. And in the back was a mirror. In the back was a mirror. I was looking at the teacups and small baby dolls when I could swear I saw someone in the mirror behind me. Just a silhouette. I called out to my girlfriend, but as I did, I heard a shrill screech from the bathroom. I start pounding on the door and it opens. She was sitting on the floor crying. She said she saw someone in the bathroom mirror. We booked it out of her house. No shoes, no jacket, nothing. And right to my car, I drove for an hour or so with no destination. When I returned her to her house, her mom was sitting on the doorstep. She said she kept seeing shadows move. Nope, I will go out of my way to make things like this happen. Someone claims their house is haunted. I want to see. Someone said they think they saw a skinwalker. My friends are looking. I've never found anything. But this was something else. Yeah, I guess it was. But that's all for me for now. Until next time. Hope you liked this. You think that I'm trying? Goodbye.